welcome to my channel, Custom Scrapbook Design by Christy Stubbs, and welcome to another installment of my Scrappin' Saturday series. So this Saturday I am finishing up using the Monster Mash collection by Echo Park. So I've got a lot of scraps left here, and then I also have one full sheet and then a couple other full sheets that have the cut-aparts on them. I've got the 4x4 cut-aparts and the 3x4 cut-aparts as well. And everything else is kind of partials. So what I am doing is something I have seen done many, many times by other creators. Even at my scrapbook retreat this last weekend, somebody had done something similar to this layout. So we're just going to use up some scraps. I'm also going to pull in a little bit of mixed media. So we're going to pull in some Distress Spray stains. And I've got Carved Pumpkin and Villainous Potion. And it looks like I need to open the Villainous Potion. I haven't used it quite yet. But I did grab 2 pieces of 12x12 in just a white. And that's what we're going to use as our background piece today. So if I can get this purple open, we will get started. We're going to spray our white paper with a little bit of the pumpkin and then with a little bit of this Villainous purple as well. So let's see if I can get this open. I don't know about you guys, but these are buggered open. I should have maybe checked before I got started to make sure they were both ready to go, but I kind of, as per usual it seems anymore, I hopped on in a hurry to try and get this video started today. So, all right, I think we've got that far enough open. We can use it. So I have a box. It's not quite 12x12, so I'm just gonna have to spray at an angle, but I do most of my spraying inside this box and try and kind of contain the mess. So we're just gonna squirt a little bit of the purple on there and set that to the side. And then we'll grab the other sheet. Whew, got a big old blob of color there. And spray both of those. I'm going to pull that first one back in and maybe get a bigger splattering of color on it as well, since I did the other one. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this orange and kind of scatter it a little bit throughout. And it seems like I never quite know how my sprays are going to work either until you kind of get started, whether or not you're going to get a big old glob of color or if you're just going to get a little spit. So we've got some pretty good background color there. Rather than just having the white, I thought maybe it'd be fun to pull in some mixed media here. I haven't done any mixed media for a while. So there's our 2 backgrounds, which, looking at this one now, I think we need another little squirt kind of in the middle there. It seems like I kind of went around it. Not super random. So we're going to set these aside and let them dry. And while they're drying, we're going to take our scrap paper, all of that scrap paper I showed you, and we're going to cut some strips. So we're going to see what we've got for scrap paper. We've got this green on green polka dot and then the pumpkins on the back, so we will probably use both of those. And then we've got the orange spiderweb and the black skeletons. And the fun ghosts with some orange again. And looks like I've got some purple here too with some bats, and I think that'll probably be enough of that. Now these are all the same width, and this one, of course, we've got the full length width, but I am going to cut some 1-inch strips with this. And so with this one, I'm going to leave it the length that it is, and we'll possibly trim it down or possibly leave it. I'm not really sure just yet, but I think we'll do, we've got the pumpkins on the back and they show up kind of nicely. So we're going to just do a couple strips, probably 4, because we want the green and then the pumpkin on the other side. So we'll cut 4 of each paper, and we'll cut them all at 1-inch strips. Okay, now that I've got those cut, my ink pieces aren't quite dry, but so I'm just bringing in a 12 by 12 sheet of paper just to kind of lay stuff out and get ready to do the layout on a sample of it on this paper, just to kind of see how everything's going to lay out and see how we want to maybe do this. I really didn't have a whole lot in mind, so it could potentially change just a little bit, and that doesn't look like it's cut straight. Let's try another one. And so we've got some green here with the longer. I'm trying to decide if they should maybe just be all the same length, and I'm kind of leaning towards the thought that maybe they should all measure the 6 inches. So let's cut these at 6. Okay, I think that'll work a little bit better, having that cut at the 6. Okay, so then we're gonna just take and maybe just kind of randomly run these at different lengths. Okay, so we have the pumpkin, we need that green, there's the candy. And let's see, we've got another black one. So we can run that something along the lines of like that. And let's see, am I missing any of them? Yep, we're missing the spiders. We can add the spiders in here. Maybe we should change that up a little bit. Just kind of play with those papers, and then we'll want to line them up and get them fairly straight when you're putting them on the page. And I would say kind of a bit of a random layout or design there. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 different papers, so that would be right. Let's see. And we got the pumpkin and the green. And I don't think we're going to use this color on the back, so we're going to skip the back side of that one. Oh, and then we have this orange, so we could add one more in here. Let's see. We could just add that orange at the bottom and slide everything up. So I'm kind of liking the way that this is gonna lay out, something along the lines of like that. And so I'm gonna go ahead and ink all of this because we definitely want to ink it all. If you followed me at all, you know that I love to ink my paper, so this will be no exception. We'll ink it for both pages, and by the time I get done inking, I bet our spray is dry on our white sheets, and then we can start working back on the white sheet again. So I will ink that, and then we'll move forward from there. Okay, we've got all of that inked, and we're so close to being dry here. Let's grab the other one and see if it is dry. And it appears that it is dry. So let's see what this paper looks like with that as the background on it now. See if we even like the way that that looks. And watch your papers if they're directional. I wanted my spiders to be facing the right way. And of course my skulls and my ghosts. Then we've got our pumpkins, a little bit of green thrown in there, a little more orange. All right, let's see. Do a little switching of a few things so that we can break up some of the colors a little bit. Okay, so this is a great way to use up some of your scraps, or maybe you've got some of those 6x6 pads laying around and you don't know what to do with them, you're sick of making cards, whatever the case may be. This would be a great layout to be able to utilize some of that 6x6 paper. And I'm just kind of randomly laying them down. I can see I've got them too far from the left edge or the right edge. So we're going to kind of shift everything over just a little bit and try and get that centered a little bit better. Don't really have a whole lot of rhyme and reason to the way that I'm doing them, except just kind of offsetting them all a little. And so we can either go that direction. Yeah, this would be cute going this direction as well if your directional paper is going the proper way. So keep that in mind too. You know, you could go either vertically or horizontally like I am doing here. So I think that this is not a bad setup. So let's go ahead and attach all of this side down, and I'm just going to use my tape runner for that. And so I'm just kind of watching my spacing a little bit, trying to keep them evenly spaced. There's not quite a ½ inch in between them, it looks like. And of course I want to try and keep them level too. So You could drag your ruler out and, you know, measure each one of them if you wanted to. I'm just hoping I started off level at the bottom, and then we'll continue to keep them level as I go. And this will make a nice, easy layout using any papers, whether or not it's a themed Halloween or even just a bunch of your scraps that you might have in your scrap drawer. This would be another great way to use up some of the scraps with this particular layout. And mine are 6 inches long, so you could go, you know, any length too, and maybe even do a double row of them. If they're a little bit shorter, you know, do it side by side. That would be a fun layout as well. So the possibilities are kind of endless with this idea. All right. So it appears I am crooked here. Whether or not I've cut something crooked or I just got off laying these down. Not really sure, but I do have a way that if it's something I've cut, I can fix that so that you're not going to see it, and we'll do that. I am going to go ahead and adjust it a little bit because it seems crooked as heck. That looks a little better. So you can sit and adjust each one, and it's gonna, you'll have to adjust the entire way down if you need to. But we're gonna cover part of this with a photo mat, so I'm not gonna adjust it any more than I already have. Now the opposing page, you could line up your papers, which I think I'm gonna do. Or I don't know if it would matter necessarily if you didn't line them up, but I'm kind of leaning towards having the same papers be side by side. I just think that that might be the way I would like to do it. And I think I'm short one paper here, so let's get these on here. I thought I was short when I was inking, but I wasn't positive, and I was right. We're missing the candy. So let's see if we've got one of those ready. So I'm just gonna go ahead and line that up. And as you can see, I didn't cut that straight. That might be where everything's getting a tad off too, is this one is cut crooked. Let's throw it in the trimmer and see if we can't straighten that out just a little bit. It'll just make it easier to line everything up. There we go. If that measures the same and it's straight, it'll help make lining everything else up straight a whole lot easier. So we'll get that inked really fast. And get that set in place. And then let's just kind of quick get them spaced about how they need to be spaced so that we can start attaching here at the bottom. And I'm going to attach at the bottom and work my way up again. Only this time I'm going to start more towards the right hand side and alternate it the other way. Kind of opposite of the other page rather than matching the other page. And keep in mind, they're not even really going to be close as far as spacing because I'm not checking with the other page to see, like measuring everything. I'm just kind of laying things down where they look good according to what I think. So we'll get these all hooked down, and then we're going to grab the sheet of cut-aparts, and we're going to add some cut-aparts to this layout as well, and then we'll determine what size photo mats we want to put on here and how many photos we want to try and fit on this page. Do you guys end up with a lot of Halloween photos? I don't have little kids anymore. I have grandkids, but he's older, and sometimes I don't think I even saw him on Halloween last year. So I'm not sure I even have a photo from last year. We own a restaurant here in town too, so I always end up working so that we can give our employees that have children the night off because they deserve that. And their kids deserve to have them partaking in the holiday festivities with them. So sometimes I miss out on a few of those little Halloween things because of it, but that's okay. I didn't miss any of it when my kids were little. All right, there is the 2-page layout with the basic background paper. So let's grab the cut-aparts. And let's see what size we want to use. I'm leaning towards some of the 4x4s. I think the 4x6s are too big, but I kind of like this ghouls just want to have fun, and possibly what a beautiful night to have a fright. So maybe we'll use these two because I didn't pull any of this green color in, so I don't believe I want to use these two. We could use the Hocus Pocus one. But to make it easy, I think we'll pull those two. So we're just going to cut those off. Let's cut the branding strip off first. Got a little extra sliver I need to get off of there. And then we'll cut these apart. And we'll use these two. So now my thought was to maybe put them in opposite corners. One up here and then one down here. But I feel like they need to have some sort of backing on them. And it might be nice actually to back them in an orange. There's a little bit of orange in this one. We could back them in different colors even if we wanted to. Let's see what I've got. I've got the purple, and let's see, I think that's actually all I've got left of our solid colors. So let's back this one in the purple. Well, it kind of gets lost in the purple. Maybe we better find some orange. Okay, so I just pulled some orange from my stock that I have, and I think because we've got such square edges on everything else, we're going to leave these square as well. But before we mat those, we're going to go ahead and just ink around them real quick. And it seems to me I may need to re-ink my ink pad. My ink is a little bit on the light side, so it's making me work just a little bit harder to get those edges colored. So I'll have to do that after this video so that it's ready for the next time. I use this ink pad quite a bit. All right, so let's go ahead and mat these. And I just go in the two corners so that I've only got to cut two edges. Going a little fit on that one. I think we'll do is just cut a little sliver off of this one then, to match that up a little better. There we go. And then we'll do the same on this one. And I think that that will just help that pop off of there just a little bit better. So we can have one there and one up there. And actually, I think I'm going to switch these papers. There we go. So let's go ahead and put that down. I'm just going to press very lightly putting this down because, again, if you follow me, you know that I tend to move stuff around. Hey, a little indecisive on occasion when putting my stuff down on my layout. I tend to change my mind quite frequently. So there's our 4x4s. So now the question would be, what size photo mats do we want to put on there, and what color do we want our photo mats to be? What color do we want to pop our photos? We're just going to have that 1/8 inch frame all the way around our photo. And I believe we're going to at least do 2 4x4s. So we need 2 photo mats, 4 1/4. Let's see if this is wide enough. Perfect. 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So there's one mat. And we're going to put those in the opposing corners from the cut aparts. And that one actually measures 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I kind of think, now I usually tend to mat everything the same, but I'm kind of leaning towards maybe adding either the purple or the green for the photo mats. And I was thinking the 4x4s in the corners, and I kind of like that idea. And then maybe we'll change it up and add a couple different sizes throughout. And we could potentially get, let's see, I know what we need to do. I need to grab my photo mats that I have pre-cut, and let's just take a look at a little bit of the sizes. So we've got a 3x5, and a 4x6, or we could just go with 2 3x5s, which I kind of like the looks of that a little bit more. You keep more of that background on there. So I think we'll cut this into 4 3x5s. So I'm not sure if I have enough of that to get 4 of them, however. Let's see, so it needs to be 5.5. And we need 3.5. So let's go. Actually, we need 3.25 by 5.25. 3.25 by 5.25. There's 1. 3.25. There's 2. And let's see what we've got here. 3.25. And then we should be able to get a 5.25 by 3.25 out of this piece. All right. The purple's nice and bright. I like the purple. I actually don't mind the green either. And you could sure play with the way that you've got them laid out. They don't have to all go the same direction. You could change it up. Could even bring them in close. Spread them out a little bit. Possibilities are kind of endless here. Bring that in a little closer. All right. So we've got all of that. I'm kind of liking the way that that looks. And then we do still have stickers from our sticker sheet. And then we also have, we can get to them underneath all of these scraps still. We've got quite a few die cuts that we could still use as well. So let's take a look at maybe some of those fitting in there. I've just got, so let's move the sticker sheet out of the way. Trick or treat. It's a party. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Got a cute tag we could use. Probably don't want the 2 greens together. Let's see, do we have another tag? It'd be fun to put a tag on each page. Not sure there's 2 of them left though. Oh yeah, here's another tag. So we could have a tag here. Kind of got a lot going on these pages. I'm not sure we really need to have a ton of extra stuff on there. Let's see, maybe we'll pull that one out. Nope. Okay. We actually have a couple more tags, so we could put a couple tags together. Where was that other one? I saw one other one here. Oh, this little witch. Okay. So let's ink our photo mats and ink the ephemera pieces. Okay, let's go ahead and put down these photo mats before I change my mind where they're going to go. I actually think I'm going to pull that in fairly tight. And then we're just going to add some of these. Actually, I'm going to put this up on some foam. I'm going to put this up on some foam. Give this layout a little bit more dimension. Everything's kind of flat on the page, so this will help give it a little dimension. And better not put those down yet, because I've got these tags that I want to add probably there. Let's put this photo mat down. And we're going to go right up in the corner. And let's get this one down as well. Let's put this up on some foam. Oops, I got some glue on my mat there. I gotta lift that up and see if I got that straight before. Before that dries. Okay. And let's grab some ribbon. We'll do some orange and black ribbon. I think that'll look good. So we're going to go ahead and put the orange in this little resting piece. Probably going to pull that down here. We may even have to trim that ribbon up just a little bit. Actually, we'll bring it down this way because this one here can go face in the other direction. And we're just going to feed a little bit of that black seam binding through there. And I do have all of this seam binding on my website as well. I have quite a few colors available. And then I've also got some custom dyed ones that I just recently added to the website as well. So they're kind of fun. And that's a little long. This one needs to be pretty short to match the size of this small little tag here. There we go. So let's put this one just down with some tape. Right about so. And then this other one, let's throw it up on a piece of foam. Just to kind of add to the dimension again. Like so. And then let's go ahead and do the seam binding on these two tags as well since we're at it. We'll add the orange to this black one so that it pops with some color. And you just want to be careful not to pull those too tight because you can pull that ribbon right through the top of your tag, which isn't the end of the world. There are solutions if you do happen to do that. And then this one, we're going to add the black too. I have done that many times actually. And if you can't get your ribbon pulled really tight, you know, as tight as you'd like, you can always add just a dab of glue to it too to kind of pull it in a little bit better. Because sometimes you can't quite get them pulled tight enough and not rip your tag. So let's get this photo mat down. And let's get this one up here down so we know where we can put our tag. So let's see, maybe right about there. And then we've got a larger tag, which we're going to put on some foam. Angle that just so that that ribbon doesn't overhang that photo too awful much, and then we're going to just tuck that one right in underneath there. Get this photo mat in place. Got a few other little pieces of ephemera that we can put down, and I'm just going to kind of alternate and put a few of them on foam tape to keep adding to the overall dimension of the entire layout. This one says, "Trick or treat, smell my feet." And a haunting we will go. We're going to throw that up on foam as well. Add our dab of glue. That one appears to be a little crooked. Okay, get that on there straight. Let's see what we've got here. What else do we need to add to this layout? I do have So Spooky here that could go on one of these. Let's put it up there. We'll do foam tape on it too. Just gonna put that one about like that. Let's see. There we go. All right, and then let's take a look at this sticker sheet and see what we've got left here. And see if there's anything we feel like we want to add from the sticker sheet. So we do have these cute little bats. And they might be kind of fun to add. Add them right down here. Gonna add all three of them. Look like they're kind of flying together. And then there's this cute little ghost here. I love this ghost. I can't believe I haven't used it yet because it is stinking cute. We're gonna add her right here. May end up needing to add a little glue to her as well. And then, let's see, let's add this little cauldron over on this far. I'm not sure I'm even in camera with that, so just added the cauldron in the far left corner here. And then we've got Too Cute to Spook right there. And we've got our little spider right there. And I kind of think that might be all we're going to add from there. And I think we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of sparkle. A little bit of flat sequins. So I've got some orange in this mix that we can pull and use. And so we're just going to add a few little sequins throughout. And then there's purple in this mix. So we're going to pull some of the purple out of this one as well. Now we've got kind of a hot pink purple, which I think will be just fine. So that is the end of our Monster Mash collection kit. I am done doing layouts using this kit. So let's take one final look side by side. Try and get some of the extra mess out of the way of our layout and see what you guys think. I actually think that turned out pretty fun for just being scraps. I kind of like the way that it ended up looking. So thank you guys so much for joining me and sticking with me through this Scrappin' Saturday layout today. And again, if you happen to need any product that was used in this particular layout, I do have it available on my website. I will put the links down below for you. And I would love to have you join my private group, Create with Christy on Facebook, for more layout inspiration. And I will put the link to that down below as well. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you find a little time to do something crafty yourself today. And bye for now.